Hi all. Today we'll be doing spray painting with a brush. Okay. It'll be easier and moreover for kids doing this kind of activity is good for their muscles, finger muscles, for their fine motor skills. And convenient as well for everyone to find a toothbrush at home. So an old toothbrush and a compass or a cutter, paper cutter, okay, that we usually use in the craft, a scissor, very thin, okay, small and thin. We'll need paints, poster colors, poster paints, or maybe if you want you can take acrylic as well, but then again poster paints are easier to use and handle. We'll need stencils, so nothing much to do in this. We have to draw whatever shape or whatever design we need. Maybe like if you are going with the moon, just draw this and then cut it out with the compass carefully and slowly. Okay, so this part will be gone and you'll be with the left with the stencil, moon stencil. If you are doing star, same way, draw a star and then cut out. So here, as you can see, I have taken this stencil, rose stencil. So I did the drawing first, like this. The petals all are very easy, like crescent moon and half moon, like that. You have to draw the petals, far away petals, okay, with some distance in the paper, so that when you're cutting the stencil, it should not be very difficult or tricky for you to do that. And after that, I'll show you how this has to be done when you're cutting the stencil, okay. Very carefully you will be proceeding on the design, okay, like wherever that red moon you can see, okay. This way, fine. If you don't have that small scissor, what you can do is just do the same thing on the same marking 2 or 3 times, it will come out, okay. And ensure that you keep some old book or something below this, otherwise if you are doing on the table or something, it will get damaged. All right, you can take some easy designs if you want, if you're doing for the first time. And once you're sure how to do the cutting and all, then you can proceed with trickier ones. Alright, so this comes out like this easily. 2 or 3 times when you repeat, and this comes out. Alright. Huh? Now for the leaf I'll show you. Same way. So as you can see, this is just a point, so I don't have to bother about the cutter, this thing turning this and that, and I'm just doing as per my comfort, like however I feel the grip is comfortable for me, I'm just proceeding with it. But if we are taking a cutter, then for some people it sometimes becomes trickier, you end up irritated and all, so this is easier. Fine. So repeat this 2 or 3 times, just as we did in the petal, and it comes out. So what you can do is when you're free or something, you can cut this and keep it ready for the activity to be done later, if you don't want to, if you don't have a lot of time, or if you think that this is going to take a lot of time and you're already too much occupied or something, or maybe if you don't want your child to trouble you when you're doing this, then you can do this beforehand when your child is asleep. Maybe keep the activity ready for the child and then do it the next day. So this I have done 2 layers already and this comes out fine. Be very careful so that your stencil doesn't tear. Okay. Now I feel this is a little tricky area, so I'll do it with the scissor than taking risk of continuing with the compass or with the cutter. Right? Done. This one's done. Okay. So now the stencil is ready and we'll take the book, in whichever book or in whichever sheet we are doing this. We'll keep the stencil on this. Okay. Once this is kept, then ensure that you don't have to move it many a times. Okay. We'll take paints. I usually prefer this kind of paper plate because I just use it and then I wash it and I keep it for drying and then I again reuse it. So I don't have to again and again take the plate or waste anything apart from that. Now I'll put some paints in this. I am preferring 2 colored rose I'll be doing. So red, pink and red will be putting. So we'll start with the pink in the center. We'll do all spray painting in these petals. Okay. And then the last layer of the rose we'll be doing with red. So now whatever you have cut out, like this petal, place it onto this. Okay. One by one, whatever you have, you can place it onto this. So when we are filling the pink portions or the green, flower petals, when we are filling, no, they should not come onto this area. So we can close it with help of these cutouts. Or else, if you have discarded or it has not come out properly, what you can do is, once again, we'll take out any rough paper and we'll cover it with that. Alright, so for example, now I'm doing the pink portion. So I'll cover this red portion with this paper and I'll start doing the pink one. So now I have dipped a wet toothbrush. I have wet the toothbrush first and then I have dipped it in the color. I'll just dip it once. I'll try it here once or twice. Okay. Same thing you have to ask your child to do. Like, tell them to try it on the rough area first. Let them exercise this for 3 or 4 times. Once they are sure, only then get them onto the sheet. Also, you have to ensure that there is not lot of water in that. So just wet the toothbrush and then dip the toothbrush in water and just dip it onto the paint and start. Okay, so you'll start with the spray painting somewhat like this. First we keep this paper over here. Okay, and if you want, you can put a masking tape on this sheet so this doesn't move when your child is doing the activity. Okay, if it moves means it will be all smudged and all, it won't look good then. Okay, so I'll keep this one over here. I'll keep one more onto this side. I don't want to take any chances. So as you can see, I have already put some tapes around it wherever I don't want the pink thing to go. But then considering it is a rose, I'm okay if it goes here and there, like a little pink, a little red. It will look even more better and natural. Alright, so let's start. When your child is doing it, you can probably hold it for your child all through. Yeah, so then he'll be able to do it nicely. After this one, I'll be showing you one more sheet wherein we have done moon and stars. So a night sky, like usually kids like that kind. So if the child is too small, you can do that with them. It will be very easy for them to do, for you to make them do. and it'll be fun also. So just change the directions a little bit here and there, okay, so that you fill in all through properly. Yeah, as per the design you have to move your hands, like where you are supposed to fill, where you are trying to fill, accordingly you will change your fingers and accordingly you will do it, okay. So now I'll let this sit for at least 5 minutes, so that there is no chance that when I open up the tapes and all, this smudges or anything, okay. So especially when we are doing with kids, there are high chances all this happens. And suggestion is that if you are doing it with very small kids like 4 years, 5 years old, you don't even get into this rose kind of design. Instead you can do some easier ones, so this kind of problems won't appear or occur, okay. So now after removing the tapes, like it is still wet, I did not wait for long, and after removing the tapes, this comes up a little fluffy thing up, okay, that tends to. So I'm just keeping it here on the stencil to ensure that nothing goes here and there. Alright, I'm placing this paper over here on this red petal, so that in that last layer this pink doesn't come too much, okay. And I'll just start again with the spray, okay. So please ensure that when you are doing the cutouts, no, you don't throw that pieces, so you can cover it easily. I have somehow misplaced mine pieces, so it is a little troublesome.
Yes.
So here's how it looks after the pink portion is done with great difficulty. So don't forget to keep these pieces, okay, so that you can do it easily later. Fine. Now I keep this center this thing circle cut out. I've just roughly cut it. I've kept it in the center so that the pink portion doesn't get affected now. And now I'll be doing the outer layer, that is the red color petals I'll be doing, fine, for the rose. So let's take red color.
Yes.
So this one leaves and stem also, I've covered it with the rough this thing, okay. Now I have put some red in this. As I told you that pink and red anyways would look nice, it will look natural this thing. So I did not care and I have put it in that only purposely now. Alright, I'll dip, I'll try once over here, okay. I'm sure that it is coming out well. Only then I'll start on my sheet, fine. Same thing you have to tell your kids again and again, that first you have to do it on the rough paper, only then do it on the fair sheet. So now we'll do the red portion, okay. Ensure you don't touch your child doesn't touch the sheet and all when you are doing this, because it will then smudge. The paint is wet yet, and if there is a lot of water, this will happen. So nothing to worry, this is bound to happen when kids are doing. They will be in a lot of excitement and all, so they tend to do it faster, and then they tend to finish it faster, and they tend to dip a lot many times. They'll not be so patient, that they'll do slowly and patiently and all that. So that's fine, and we'll do nothing with that. let's continue. Okay, once this dries, it should look okay. It wouldn't be that bad. I'll finish this and I'll show you how it looks finally. So now we have completed this area. I have taken out this portion now. What I'll be doing is I'll be covering the leaves onto this side with any rough paper. Okay, I'll cover the leaves. This one I have already kept this this thing cut out that I had. I had kept this when I was showing it to you. So I have kept this, covered this with the same leaf, and these two are the ones I have misplaced along with them. So I'm just keeping this rough paper over here. I'll put a tape over here. If you have masking tape, well and good, you can use it all over. If you don't have, you can take any other tape. Just ensure that it should come out easily from the sheet. It should not, tear off the sheet. So try to avoid cello tapes. Okay, that are very difficult to come out. Okay, now I'll just put a masking tape, or glitter tape, whatever I have over here. This I have done, and I'm covering this with another rough paper. Okay, and ensure that you do it very safely because all of it is really wet right now. Okay, this is put. Okay, if you don't want to get into all this, what you can do is just cover this portion and do all of this with a single green color. You can take light green color and do it, dark green color, and done. Or else, if you want to get into details, then you can do it this way, that we are doing light green for the leaves and dark green for the stem. I'm taking light green color for the stem in the plate. I've washed it. Fine. So the light green portion is done for the stem. Now I'll slowly remove this petal and I'll finish off this first. Okay, once this is done, then we'll go back to that thing, so we don't have to remove it again and again, paste it again and again. Okay, I'll cover this. Okay, and then I'll fill in the green leaf, dark green on the leaves I'm doing. Okay, once this is done, then we'll pick this up, we'll cover it onto this side, and we'll do this portion, this side of the leaf. So I'll take out this, all of this. Nice, isn't it? So only thing you have to ensure is that there shouldn't be a lot of water in your brush when you are doing the spray paint, otherwise it will turn out like this, rather. And other thing is that when you are covering your other side of the leaves or whatever, okay, ensure that it is first dried and only then you go with the covering, otherwise it may smudge like that. Although even that is okay when kids are doing, it gives a different texture and all, so be happy with that as well. Alright, I'll show you one more sheet. This one is done by my little one. She wanted many stars, so lot of spraying all around. Then we also did some outlining with the silver glitter pen. In this, like if you can see, there are double lining, orange and then silver, then orange and then silver, and this also there is green and silver. Yeah, and even this is done by her. This is really pretty, no? Whatever they do is always pretty. Small innocent minds. Okay, so please do share with us whatever your child does. Do share the pics and do share your comments, and please let us know. I'll be really glad to see their work. I hope you all liked this video. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.